Hey guys, Iceluslol here, and today we've got LivanBreh on Caitlyn. This is an NA game in Silver 4. So let's look for bot lane. Oops. For bot lane, we've got Caitlyn Orianna. Orianna support's kind of interesting. I don't see that very much anymore. Versus a Thresh Vayne. So Thresh Vayne is definitely the all-in lane, and Caitlyn Ori is the poke or control lane. Both lanes have shields, which is kind of interesting. So I don't really consider that sustain, but it's like kind of sustain. It's like semi-sustain or something. So he hooks Ori, and oh, that was really good job by you actually. Okay, that was almost perfect the way you played that. You followed up on the hook by just autoing the crap out of Vayne, and then you landed a Piltover Peacemaker on both of them, and you landed it off the creep wave, so it did maximum damage. The only thing you could have done differently there was stepped up even more, and you could have got one more auto on Vayne. You still played that great. You got the exhaust to burn from Thresh, but you could have forced the flash out of Vayne 100%. Because you were at full health, so you stopped, and then you took a step backwards. You should have just kept running. I mean, I would have just kept going and used your trinket on this brush. And you could have used your summoners. I'm actually, now that I think about it, you 100% could have killed Vayne there. 100%. Yeah, so when you want to think about, like, the mode of, like, oh, I got to play safe, I'm an ADC, but, like, you have to think about the scenario. In that scenario, Thresh's hook was down, Vayne has tumble, and that's it, right? Exhaust was used, you could have kept walking, and then flashed, and then when she flashed, use your heal, and then run after her. And you probably could have killed both of them, actually, now that I think about it. So, still really good. I mean, a great trade. You get exhaust for free, basically. And you basically get to do whatever the hell you want for the next 5 minutes, because Vayne is so low. But, yeah. So anyway, so right now, you want to get this into tower. You're letting Vayne free farm for no reason. You want to make her farm under tower. And then you can poke her. Okay, so at least now you're pressuring her off the wave, which is really good. That was good. You Q autoed Thresh. That was very good. So you want to do one of two things. You want to push this in a tower or freeze it and don't let them come near it. And you're kind of like doing half and half. Like, where the wave is right now, this is really bad, right? Because, like, even though you have a ward here, it's about to die, and you're all the way up here. The jungle could just come from behind here, and they have a Thresh. And, like, Ori would be dead, because they have a jungle LivanBreh? Yeah, Ori would be dead. You might be able to get away, because you have all your summoners, but Ori would 100% be dead. And, like, you have a 7 CS lead on Vayne, 5 CS lead on Vayne, which is good at this stage of the game, but it could be much bigger, right? If you just push this in a tower and start chip-shotting her under tower, or you could have been attacking the tower. You don't have to attack Vayne. You could just attack the tower, put pressure on the tower, start dealing damage to it, and yeah. And see, like, if, even though you knew LivanBreh was there, if you had pushed this in a tower, it would have reset, and you would have had more room to run away, even if he somehow did get to you. So, Vayne's gone, you're up 13 CS, that's great. I mean, you're definitely, like, you're threatening Vayne, like you step up and like make sure she doesn't come too super close, but she's still getting pretty good CS. And you know, since you applied so much pressure to her early, if you had followed it up with more pressure, you could be even further ahead. So I see this pretty frequently in replays. It's the sense that, like, I see people make good plays, but then they just kind of go, it just seems like they're like, okay, well, I made the good play, I'm good. But it's like, you can just keep making good plays. Okay, yeah, so you got hooked and then, yeah. See, but the wave was like pretty far up. It's maybe a little past even. Because you kind of like left, you basically were asking to get ganked. Because you just had the wave past your tower for so long. Or past the river, I'm sorry. So like there were so many opportunities, like Volley tried to gank you earlier. If the jungle comes down because you're so pushed up, like he's probably going to come back again. Because he knows you like to push. And you push in like the least beneficial manner to yourself, and that's you kind of push and you leave the wave like here, like right outside tower, instead of into tower. So that gives you the enemy team the most opportunities to gank you. So right now I like that you're finally pushing. You see LivanBreh though. It's okay that LivanBreh is like camping you. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, you're still like wrecking them. Oh, they have 4 people bot again. This is pretty funny. I guess because you have a blitz top, yeah. So yeah, like, because you have a blitz top, like, they're gonna send people bot all game pretty much. And your Sejuani's trying to help, but there's nothing she can do. So like, the only thing you could have done differently was just, you know, dial up more aggression. You got the tower, that's great. But yeah, you could have definitely just played more aggressively, and you could have got this tower earlier. Could have denied Vayne more CS. This Thresh just throws out his exhaust like it's nothing. So looks like your Ahri's dead, but Ahri killed Vayne. That's pretty worth, I think. So we're gonna speed this up a little bit. You're just roaming mid, which is smart, because they're both bot. I would just walk out here and just push the wave. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother like trying to be cute. Jesus. Yeah, so try not to get too close to Lux when you're solo, yeah. Yeah, you gotta respect the mages. I mean, like, they're not like assassins, but they'll still like chunk you and then eventually kill you. So don't play with the solo laners, because they're gonna be a higher level than you. I mean, she had 2 levels on you when you fought her there, so you gotta be really careful about that. Fast forward this, so you're doing some jungling, that's really good. You're gonna go mid. Your Ori should have followed you. Your rotation was really good, because you were trying to counter their aggression, which you did. But Ori kind of went late. Didn't really matter, but still. There's nothing you can do here. Oh, Ori's dead. Go for the Piltover Peacemaker steal. Oh, okay. Wow, what a god. I would just run away. Ooh, nice job dodging the Lux ult. I don't know if it would have hit you anyway, but you still stepped up, which is good. You should just back. I mean, you're staying. Yeah. Oh, okay. You lived. I mean, yeah, you're just asking to get killed right here, like by a Lux ult or something. Like, I mean, I'm all about farming all the time, trust me, but there are times when you just need to back. And your build here, I don't agree with. Like, you're going Avblade. Like, you could have... Okay, you couldn't have bought a BF sword, but, like, going Avblade is... I don't feel like that's correct. Oh, God. Because, like, you could have a BF sword, like, on your next back, pretty much. And, like, an Avblade is just not a good way to, like, catch up if you feel like you want money. It's better to save up for the BF sword for the power. Okay, so your positioning here is really good. I mean, you were just attacking, but because you don't have a BF sword yet, through no fault of your own, you're not going to do that much damage. But also because you have Avblade, now your BF sword is probably going to be delayed like 2 shops instead of 1. Auto attack. Nice. Really good. That was a good follow-up on Blitz. Oof. Yeah, I think if you had dodged the Lux E, you could have maybe killed LivanBreh there. You were probably dead to Xin Zhao anyway, but I'm pretty sure if you had dodged the Lux Lucent Singularity, you could have killed LivanBreh, because he didn't have his passive, so. You're just doing some... Whoa, this is really awkward. Jesus. Okay. Okay, so Lux is just caught out there. Okay. I thought they were just doing some elaborate setup to kill you. So, I would be trying to defend your red. Because you see... Okay, never mind, your team's here, yeah. Mid is fine. Oh, almost. Also, you didn't get hit with that Lux binding, but you get hit with a lot of Lux binding, so... It's usually because you're standing in front of your teammates, which you want to generally try to avoid that. What was that threshold? Okay. Alright. Well, that was fortunate for you guys. Also, you're using a lot of mana just to farm, which I don't necessarily like. It's because now you're at the point now where you only have 150 mana. You don't even have enough to do a full combo, including your ult. Those bindings. Ouch. Yeah, you gotta try to be aware. I mean, I don't think you had information on that one. That was blind, but you were over a ward. That brush is usually warded. The brush by wraiths, so like you gotta assume that's warded. Assume they know you're there.
Red team has
Okay, you're doing some golems. We're gonna speed this up. Okay, we're just fishing for hooks right now with AD Blitzcrank. You're just farming? Okay, good job. You're backed up from that one. Oh, what is going on here? Oh. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, you were DPSing and kiting there as best you could, but there's really nothing you can do. Oh god, this positioning. Alright. Let's rewind here and see what you could do better. Okay, so first of all, I'm not sure when you used a trap, but... So you don't have trap, so like, you were running this way and then you start going this way, I'm not sure what your thought process is. Because like, you could have just kept running. If your goal is to get away from Sinjai, you could have just kept running. If your goal is to rejoin this team fight, I mean, I don't know what you're looking to rejoin, because Blitz is dead, and there's no Ori, and Sedge is over here. So like, you going this way doesn't get you anything. Like, you're going to have to kill this unkillable Volibear with his passive, and Thresh and Vayne. So, like, you just kept running this way and meet up with Sedge. Blitz is a goner, and Ori looks like she'll be fine. I mean, it's not like you can do anything to help her anyway. So, yeah, I would have just left. I understand you're trying to help your team, but, like... And now, since you went this way... Right? Now, what you could have done is you could have, first of all, flashed over here, and then instead of walking this way, you could have walked this way, and you'd be about here, like right now, and you could have autoed him a couple times. Right? Instead, you're just not doing anything. Okay, you're just concerned. See, I don't think you... I'm not sure if you wanted to rejoin that fight or not, but it looks like you didn't. So if you didn't, like I said, I would have just gone south and met up with Sejuani. You would have been fine. Which I think is the correct play. So they did not get Baron. Okay. There you go. Shoving out bot, this is good. In terms of your skill build, it's perfect. Your item build, I think you definitely mis-itemized a lot. You should have gone... I would have finished Infinity Edge. Like, you're just going to do no damage with a Shiv. I mean, you have really good AD ratios in your Q and your ult and your auto attacks are super long range and headshot technically. You have 3 AD ratios plus really, really good autos. I just don't, I think that you actually lost a lot of DPS and teamfight potential by building Shiv. And if you want to build Shiv to farm, I would just rush Shiv. But you went like half of Infinity Edge into Shiv. So, like, you're not going to do a lot of damage. Additionally, since you built Shiv, a chunk of your damage output is magic damage, and if you look at the itemization, they have Spirit Visage on their team, they have Spectre's Cowl, they have an Aegis. And the reason they have that is because your team has Sejuani, Orianna, Ahri, and Blitzcrank. So, I think it makes even less sense in this context to go Shiv, because they're stacking magic resist to deal with the rest of your team. And Lux has magic resist from Athene. So you're actually hurting your DPS even more than you normally would in this particular game. So that's one of the reasons you're just not able to do any damage in teamfights. You have Infinity Edge now. So like at this point you're kind of caught up because it's 31 minutes and you have your 2 items. But it's like, because you built them in the wrong order, like... there was like a big chunk of the game where you were not doing adequate damage. And you probably could have picked up a couple more kills at least. Okay, you were standing really close to Volibear there. Don't stand that close to Volibear, please. Okay. Oh, Lux didn't have ult, you're lucky. You had to heal. Alright, so you're just eating a lot of poke here. Yeah, I think you gotta try to dodge Lux stuff. Okay, you're doing a really good job this fight. Your positioning is amazing. That was perfect. So yeah, aside from eating like 20 spells from Lux before that fight, like your positioning was great that fight. And you, since you have all your items, now you can actually kill people, which is great. Oh, and Blitzcrank backdoor top inhibitor. How nice. That's really good. This game was looking really grim, but you're still down 7-ish K, but You're in a situation now where you have 3 items to Vayne's 3 items. Like, you're pretty even. Caitlyn skills very well. You're about to hit rank 3 alt. They're all building magic resist. So you should hit like a truck now. We're just grouping up, trying to not get poked out here. Yeah, we're just poking. Oh god, yeah, you walked back into that Lux ult. That's gonna hurt. Oh wait, okay, Ori killed Thresh, but Ori died, so the support's traded out. Ori just gets wrecked. Alright. I mean, nothing really you could have done differently there, except not eat Lux ult. But, ultimately that was didn't have any bearing on what happened. Shoving out. Looks like your Blitz wants you to help you get free dragon. That's really nice. You're only down about 6.5k-ish. You gotta be really careful here for LivanBreh. Okay, he pulls LivanBreh. Okay. I'm not sure why you used net there. That was a waste. You missed out on 1 auto attack at least. Yeah, keep attack moving. Okay, that's fine. It's really hard. Oh. Okay, so you got hit by Lux ult again, but again, oh, it does matter. Oh, he canceled your net, kind of. Yeah, so like your positioning there. Let's go for this. You played everything okay up until this point. Like, right there. You could have actually kept going and dodged Lux ult if you just kept going up, but you stopped actually. So I wouldn't have pathed that way at all, because Xin Zhao's going to come in this way. I would have just stayed back here. But because you did that, if you had just committed to it, you wouldn't have got hit by Lux ult, and I'm pretty sure they would not have been able to kill you. I don't know if they can get anything off this, though, so I don't think it really matters. We're just shoving out, speeding this up. Oh. Careful. This is the point in the game where you do not want to get caught. At all. The death timers are so long, if you get caught now, you're toast. That's pretty much GG. Okay, Ari's about to get caught. Oh, Ari lived. Yeah, you should run away right now. Okay, Ari died again. That's a bummer. So you have traps up right now. What you want to be doing when you're defending the base is you want to place traps right along here. So like 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. What that does is it restricts their movement, and if they want to step up, and if they pull aggro, then the tower can hit them in your trap. That's like a really important thing. And like you have traps up right now just like doing nothing. See, like if you had a trap there, LivanBreh would have ran and stepped on the trap. Instead, LivanBreh just ran in. You still have traps off cooldown and you're dead. So that's just an example. So I mean, I would say your, laning phase, I pointed out things you can improve there. I mean, you didn't play like particularly poorly in lane phase or anything like that. I would just say that your itemization really set you back. I mean, limited your options. The fights you were in, you were much less effective. So I would say pick an item and stick to it. Like if you're gonna go Shiv, like I personally like to rush Infinity Edge on Caitlyn because her mid game is her weakest point, and you get free auto attacks with her because she has 650 range. If you build crit, you have more chances to critically strike. And it just makes her mid-game really strong. And she has 3 AD ratios plus super good autos. So I like rushing Infinity Edge. If you're going to rush Shiv to farm, I don't know why you'd want to do that. Like I don't particularly think it's necessary with Piltover Peacemaker and Headshot. But if you want that, then build that first. Don't build like you did Pickaxe and Crit Cape and then transition to Shiv. It just leaves you really, really weak for like 10 minutes. And like having the crit cape in your inventory just does really not that much for you at all, especially since you had no BF swords. You had very, very little AD. Let's go over some of your questions. You said, why do you keep losing? I went from Silver 2 promos to enter Silver 1, and now I can't win a single game. I'm on some serious tilt. What could I have done to win this game? And then what mistakes did I make in general? So you ask a bunch of questions here. So first of all, I mean, losing streaks happen. Like, that's just a fact of life. Like, my I've had like longer losing streaks than you've had probably league sessions. Like I've however many games you've played in a league, like if you played all day Saturday or something, like you played like 15 games, I've had losing streaks that long or longer. So like it just happens. Like you just have to deal with it. I mean, it sucks, but it's just part of the game. Like sometimes you get unlucky, sometimes you play badly, sometimes it's a combination. Sometimes you get matched up badly. It's just whatever. It says you're on some serious tilt. So like you don't really give me any context for that, but I'm assuming it's because you're disappointed you didn't get to silver 1. So now you're tilting. So it's like you identified your problem right there. Like you're focusing too much on winning and not improving your game, and you're letting it frustrate you and hurt your game, and then you're more prone to losing more games. So it's just like a downward spiral, and you just have to readjust and stop worrying about winning and focus more on improving and learning, and you will win more just because of that. What could you have done to win this game? I pretty much went over it already, I believe. Like the itemization, itemizing correctly, committing to an item, snowballing yourself in lane a lot harder. You could have taken that tower a lot earlier, applied more pressure to Vayne, set her back even more significantly. I would say that's the main thing. Your positioning was a little off in some teamfights. You took a lot of Lux poke. You got hit with several Lux ults that you could have easily avoided. I would say those are the main things. And then just the little nitpicky things they did on positioning and stuff like that. Those are all the things that you could have done better and that you can work on. And then you said things you want to improve on. You pretty much said everything. So what I would say is don't like be afraid to commit to an item. Like just decide. Like you're gonna go Shiv, fine. I don't think that's very good, but you're gonna build Shiv. You're gonna build Infinity Edge, build that. It makes a big difference, I promise. Other than that, like since you're playing Caitlyn, like you need to take more advantage of your early game strengths. You need to play even more aggressively early. And you need to get the wave into the tower. That has nothing to do with Caitlyn. That's just everyone. Like you cannot leave the wave like past your river and not at their tower. Like you're just asking to get ganked. Like that's why you got 4-man gank twice. I guarantee it. Because every time they look bot, you were sitting at the enemy tower. Or just outside of it, which is even better. Because that means you're stuck there for a while. So you're just inviting to get wrecked if you do that. So don't do that. That will help out your laning a lot. And all those things kind of like snowball into each other. I mean, I know this game you had an Arya that just kind of like fed a lot, and you had an AD Blitzcrank top. But I mean, that happens, you know what I mean? Like, you can still focus on improving things I talked about. And I think that's it. Okay, cool. So thanks for watching, guys. And if you hit the subscribe button above my head, you will get an email every time a new video comes out. And yeah, that's about it. Till next time.